Hey Siege fans, I'm your host Seltzer, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Operation Shadow Legacy, the biggest season yet to come to Siege. We're still coming at you from the comforts of our own homes, and we're excited to share what's coming up with the help of our very own Ubisoft news team. They've put together a quick look at what's in store today, starting with our newest operator. Most of you know him as Sam Fisher, but at Siege, we like to call him Zero.
You should know better than to write me off. August cam placed.
In Operation Shadow Legacy, a legend steps out of the darkness and into the light as Sam Fisher comes to Rainbow Six Siege. Armed with a powerful new intel-gathering gadget, a deadly new assault rifle, and a gruff demeanor honed over years of fieldwork, Fisher steps into his new call sign, Zero, with all the swagger you'd expect from an icon.
Perfect shot.
But Shadow Legacy is about more than one operator. It's about a whole host of gameplay modifications that will change the way you play Siege. Ping 2.0, new and updated optics, a hard-breaching secondary gadget, pooled reinforcements, and map ban, plus the match replay alpha phase on the test server are just some of the updates that, along with a rework of the scenic chalet map, will ensure this season has a lasting legacy. It starts with Sam Fisher joining Team Rainbow as Zero, a medium speed, medium armor attacker. His SC-3000K assault rifle may look familiar to fans of his previous work, and it's right at home in Siege with a variety of optics to suit your preferred style. He can also rock the MP7, and he's got a 5.7 USG sidearm with an integrated suppressor in keeping with his signature stealthy style. Speaking of which, check out the laser sight on his Argus launcher. It doesn't just have the look, it also delivers the goods. Intel.
Ready.
My God, are we in for a ride this season. Before we get into the next part for this video, I just wanted to give a quick rundown of what his loadout is going to look like for Zero, or Sam Fisher. So he's going to be listed as a 2-speed, 2-armor, and he has an option between the SC-3000K assault rifle or the MP7 submachine gun. Now, that's the first time the MP7 has been on attack, so that's going to be pretty cool as well. He'll have the option to choose between the new optic sights as well. He also comes with a 5.7 that has an integrated suppressor, so you cannot choose that on and off, just like Echo's gun. And then he'll be able to have the option between a claymore or frag grenades. As well, with his utility, he has 3 Argus launchers. All of them basically burrow into either reinforced walls or soft walls. Of course, he is denied by Cade, Bandit, Mute, etc., but he is able to burrow in and give intel. Each one of the Argus pests has a laser that you can shoot. There's only 1 per Argus shot, so you'll only be able to get maximum 3 defender utility items. So that's basically his loadout, so he's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that assault rifle 100%. All of this information and everything will be on the test servers tomorrow, August 17th. If you guys do want to try it out and you're on PC, I highly recommend you do. It's awesome if you guys do get on there and you find some bugs or something. Definitely report that to their R6 bug status reporter. Definitely help them out and get this rolling as fast as we can. The more information that we provide them, it helps them out a lot more and it helps the game when the release does come out. So definitely get on the test servers tomorrow if you are able to. But besides that, let's hop right back into the video.
August launched.
Always one to use cameras to his advantage, Zero can fire his Argus projectiles into breakable and reinforced surfaces to burrow through and create camera vision on both sides of the barrier. Walls, floors, hatches, and ceilings are all potential peak points for Zero and his allies. And though the two-way cameras can only look in one direction at a time, there's no more versatile way to get a look into a room the defenders don't want you to see. Even if they can't burrow all the way through, Zero's camera projectiles will still stick into most surfaces, opening up a world of possibilities for cheeky new camera placements.
Cam deployed.
And it's not just intel they'll be gathering. Each Argus projectile can fire a single laser to destroy enemy gadgets or deal minor damage to enemies themselves. Zero's gadget is a powerful new tool for the attacking team, so defenders will want to keep their eyes and ears peeled. The projectiles make a distinct sound when burrowing into place, and can be easily destroyed with a bullet. Electrified surfaces will destroy the projectiles on contact. Also, mute jammers will keep them from functioning, while Wamai and Jaeger's gadgets will snap up any that fly by. But with so many places to deploy his gadget from relative safety, and so many ways to put it to use, Zero is sure to make his presence felt on Team Rainbow.
Let's see what it takes to bring a legend like Sam Fisher into Siege.
There is a lot of elements in the Sam Fisher fantasy that revolved around the Sam Fisher Splinter Cell gameplay of infiltration, of stealth, against AIs. Those elements, we had to interpret them in a way that would fit a PvP game like Rainbow Six Siege. We're bringing this camera intel aspect, the fact that Sam has more intel than his opponent, that he can outsmart them. So that was the first step, trying to get an intel tool on attack for Sam that would feel interesting. And that's when we came up with this idea of just, how can I look in the next room? How can I have an idea what's happening on the other side of the wall? And that's where we came up with the idea of the camera drilling through the wall to give us information on the other side. When we started using that concept, which we felt was awesome and very natural in Siege, and as well also very Sam Fisher, we wanted to also have this gameplay that is so common to every iteration of Sam, where you are in those intel tool, but you don't just collect information, you also wait for the right time to act. And that's when we came up with the idea of this one laser shot that the camera has, because the fantasy of having a gadget embedded in the camera was strong, and also since the laser is visible and make noise, it is relevant for Zero to actually look at the defending team and maybe wait for them to be far away to use their gadget to not betray the location of your camera. And that gameplay of being in a cam and watching the defender pass by and wait for the right time to use the gadget is, to us, very Splinter Cell. Like, the core role of Sam here is definitely going to be intel gatherer. And as a result, one of the part is thrives very much, like he's really good at flank watching. Flank watching is really a strong suit. At the same time, we made a kit for him that would allow him to get rid of a lot of utilities. Defending team does not have access to IQ, so we could not afford to have those cameras being as subtle as Valkyrie, for example, and we had to make them more visible. So when they land, they make a distinct thud. They are bigger than a Valkyrie cam, they are a very distinctive shape, like a decal around it, so if you look for it as a defender, you should be able to find it. And it might be difficult to catch them with a regular mute jammer. Mute jammer are efficient at catching drones because you can funnel them through doors, drone holes, etc. So it's a pretty great way to go around mute mode setup, for example. It is still a projectile. Jaeger and Wamai will interact with it just the same, which, depending on how you see things, might be a counter to Zero himself or to Wamai and Jaeger based on how much utility you bring. We're bringing a new weapon, and not just any new weapon. We're bringing the ST-3000K, which is for us the iconic weapon of Splinter Cell. You're gonna recognize it right away by like the way it looks, the way it feels, and yeah, it's pretty great. It's definitely for us part of the Splinter Cell package, and it was really enjoyable to have that. But we didn't stop there. Like, we wanted to give you an option that would come maybe at a surprise and something very enjoyable for our community, and that would fit with what we see in this character, and that option is the MP7. This time with magnification.
There is definitely a buzz and a lot of research that went into it. Like, we put a lot of research into all our operators, but this is like, it was already an established character, so we had to go through and pick and choose, okay, what are we keeping, what are we redesigning, what is essential to the core. So it was a little bit intimidating because he's such a big character. We have an in-house Sam Fisher expert, so we made sure I checked in with him pretty much every step of the way. So Sam Fisher's new codename Zero, it's a sign of respect. Zero and Zero Alpha are actually call signs given to the net controller or commander. So it indicates his seniority. Harry is a psychologist. He doesn't have that military experience that Sam does. And coming in as an instructor, he's going to teach the rest of the guys a thing or two. So he's our first member of the ROS, Rainbow Operational Staff. My headcanon is always just Sam Fisher sitting in the back of the room with a coffee. He just doesn't say anything. He just looks at you and then walks away. Just pure judgment.
So there we have it, boys. I am so fucking excited. You don't even understand. The amount of gameplay that they showed us and the changes and the features and everything is just off the charts. This is going to be the first video of a part series. Unfortunately, the reveal was around 30-35 minutes, so I didn't want to make it one video. So I'm going to split this into 2 or 3 videos. The first one being the one that you just watched right now, which is the new operator, Zero, or Sam Fisher, who was added to the Rainbow Six Siege team, which basically gave a quick summary of his loadout, what his gadget does, and his background of his works. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you are new to the channel, drop a subscription if you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite feature of Zero was. Personally, mine is the above and below presence that you can do with his Argus launcher, being able to burrow a camera above and below a ceiling, so you can just flip-flop between those and get some intel. That is just so super cool and specific to Sam Fisher. The next video of this series will most likely be the Chalet rework. Also included the brand new sights that they're adding for every gun to the game, alongside little features that you may not have picked up, like the wall pool that is added between all of the operators. There's just so many little features that you may not have picked up on because there was just so much information being thrown at you, but we're definitely going to get into that for the next video. If you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, and again, let me know what your favorite feature is down below. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget, stay positive and play the test server. Give them good feedback. Let them know if there's any bugs or anything like that that you can give to them. The test server will be live tomorrow, August 17th, so definitely give it a try if you are on PC. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening and stay safe, alright? Peace out.